There is a bitter truth that needs to be said right at the beginning. Iran's problem is not just the economy, it's not just sanctions. The real problem is that for years human life has had no value. A generation has grown up under constant pressure. A generation that hasn't even been allowed to live a normal life. Women cannot live with the clothing they choose. Dancing, kissing, or even walking your pet in public spaces is considered a crime. The exchange rate of the US dollar in Iran is around 1,600,000 riyals per dollar, while the daily wage is roughly 5 million riyals, about $3 a day. Living a normal life in Iran is simply unattainable. Young Iranians are practically unable to marry or start a family. All of these pressures piled up over 47 years of Islamic Republic rule, creating an enormous amount of anger inside society. By late December 2026, this anger was no longer expressed through hashtags or comments. It poured directly into the streets. The protests didn't come out of nowhere. They were the result of years of humiliation. When you work and become poorer, when your voice is ignored, when your future looks completely dark, there comes a point where you have nothing left to lose. For many people, the Islamic Republic was not just a government, it was a low ceiling pressing down on life. This brings us to an important question. Who is Reza Pahlavi and why did so many people respond to his call? Reza Pahlavi is the son of Iran's last king, but this is not just about a name or the past. For many people, he represents what they no longer have. An Iran without an ideological government, an Iran without morality police, an Iran without executions for beliefs. His father, Mohammad Reza Shah, ruled a country that, despite its flaws, had an economy, had connections with the world, and where life was not this suffocating. At that time, the value of Iran's currency was extremely high. Each US dollar was worth roughly 70 riyals during Mohammad Reza Pahlavi's rule. People today are not looking to return to the past, they are comparing. And when they see today's reality, it's natural that they listen to any voice promising a normal Iran. On January 6, a post was published on Reza Pahlavi's Instagram page. By January 8, before 8 p.m., the post had received around 85 million views.
همیهنان در این چند روز گذشته من از نزدیک تظاهرات و راهپیمایی شما را دنبال کردم، به خصوص امروز در بازار تهران. علیرغم سرکوب نظام، ایستادگی شما ستودنی است و قطعا توجه کردید که ازدحام جمعیت باعث این میشه که نیروها پس بروند و امکان ریزش رو به سمت شما بیشتر میکنند. بنابراین مهم استش که این انضباط و گستردگی رو حفظ بکنیم. من اولین فراخوان خود را امروز با شما در میان میگذارم و از شما دعوت میکنم که این جمعه و پنجشنبه 18 و 19 دی ماه را سر ساعت 8 شب همگی چه در خیابانها یا حتی از منازل خودتون شروع به شعار سر دادن بکنید. در نتیجه بازخورد این حرکت‌ها من فراخوان‌های بعدی رو به شما اعلام خواهم کرد.
People rose up in the cities across the country, even in the most religious cities including Mashhad and Qom. At 8 p.m., people came out into the streets, from 8-year-old children walking with their families to 70-year-old elders. One nation, united, with one single chant heard everywhere. Javid Shah.
Javid Shah, Javid Shah, Javid Shah. Javid Shah, Javid Shah, Javid Shah. Javid Shah, Javid Shah. Javid Shah, Javid Shah. Javid Shah, Javid Shah, Javid Shah. Javid Shah, Javid Shah, Javid Shah. Javid Shah, Javid Shah.
The government made its decision. The crackdown was not only violent, it was organized.
اول تیر هوایی دستات عدم توجه کمرهای مجازم شلیک کنن. اطاعت میشه چشم. 40 نفر دارن میان سمت ما از جمعیت. ما بریم وایسیم چیکار کنیم؟ فاصله بگیر. بفرمایید. سبلان رصد کنی یه دونه لاستیک آتیش زدن هم. لاین همون سر تقاضا. دقیقا جفت ایستگاه. بفرمایید. این سیل جمعیت اومد کنی هم ماشین اونو با سنگ دادن. خودمون دادن. تحویل بالا با سنگ دادن دست. سفرد ماشین تو با اگیزم. بعد از اون منطقه من حالا فاصله گرفتم دیگه. هم ماشینمون رو تخریب کردن هم سربازمون رو سنگ زدن. اونجا میمونیم هیچی ازمون نمیمونه.
The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and other security forces came into the streets using live ammunition. The message was clear: be afraid or die. As the repression intensified on the night of January 8, the Islamic Republic shut down the internet across the entire country. Even the national internet was disabled. According to reports from Iran's infrastructure network, it was as if the country's internet cables had been physically pulled. Even domestic Iranian websites went offline. The following day, SMS messaging was completely disabled and phone calls were cut off nationwide every night from 7 p.m. for about a week. The Islamic Republic did everything it could to sever communication between people. After 2 days, domestic websites slowly reconnected. But any site with the comment section or public interaction remained inaccessible for several days, officially justified as security concerns. For about 2 weeks, international internet access was completely cut for ordinary people, so they could not communicate with each other, and so photos and videos recorded by citizens would not leak outside the country. But the internet cannot be blocked forever. Beyond security concerns, the economic damage alone was estimated at 20 to 30 trillion riyals per day, equivalent to 12 to 18 million dollars daily. Now the main question is this: what happens if the world stays silent? The answer is terrifying. It sends a message to every dictator: if you kill efficiently, you can survive.